Hi Abigail. Hi Ian. Hi Daddy. How are we all? I think I'm live streaming on YouTube and Insta, so we'll see. We'll see how this works. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Um, Hello Tyrannical Rex. Great name. Hello Perfect. Perfect. Something Heinzer. Hello Shark. High in vitamins. Good. Good. So this is a live explicitly about IB Results Day, because it is IB Results Day today, but it's also about how that relates to clearing, and I'm here to answer any of your questions. Great, Shark. Great question. Should you do that? Should you do LNAT practice? You certainly should do LNAT practice. I'm just going to pin your comments. You certainly should do LNAT practice. When you should start, I think it's up to you. Normally it takes about 6 to 8 weeks. It depends upon when you're going to take the LNAT. I have launched an LNAT course, which is pretty exciting. It's a hybrid kind of do at your own pace and then do a live element. So check that out. But I think in terms of your LNAT practice, you certainly should practice. I think the question is when and how. C, if you train, I like these questions. Not about IB or clearing, but that's absolutely fine. So if you train to be a secondary English teacher, can you also teach other subjects? Yes. So funnily enough, well, I actually trained to teach. I'm trained to teach English and history. I double trained at the same time because there was the need, and I now teach English and sociology. I've taught politics. I've taught history. I've taught psychology. The reality is, when you kind of more and more you teach, the more and more you kind of become to flex. And I've never taught drama, and I probably should because that's what I love. But yeah. Essentially, it will be dictated largely by the A levels or the Key Stage 5 qualifications that you do. Because, for instance, I can't teach maths because I don't do it beyond GCSE. So that would be the factor. Okay, great. For Adrian, first question. Oh, I apologise, I missed another one. But anyway, how long will it be before you need to confirm for IB results if we get in or not? I tried calling. Sorry, I can't get your actual comment to make it longer. I presume it says you tried calling and hang on a sec. Oh, sorry, let me go back. So you tried calling. I need to see the message. TikTok, it's really hard to actually read a message. Basically, Adrian, okay, let me just pin it because it's not behaving itself. So Adrian's asking a really good question. So Adrian, have you got a pending kind of sign on your UCAS? Essentially, if you meet the offer for your university, even if it's pending, you will get an offer eventually. However, if you are slightly below the requirement, your IB requirement, I would still give that university a call tomorrow and to say, could you give me a time frame? The standard line is they will let you know as soon as they have the availability to do so. But they do have, I'm sorry to say, up until the end of August, the 22nd of August, to let you know. However, if you don't meet your offer, if you're just a little bit under your IB results, what I would do is start to use this time, tomorrow, etc., to recruit some more verbal offers. so that you are not just hanging upon one university and the pending decision. Does that make sense, Adrian? Could you, if you want to, please feel free to send a screenshot, not necessarily onto this, but just DM me of what you're seeing, and kind of tell me a bit more about it. But hopefully that helps. Does English have a greater demand than history? Probably, because it's a mandatory GCSE subject. So yeah. Ian, yes, I tutor. I do lots of private consultations. After a conditional offer, and I'm super nervous. You're waiting for a decision from Glasgow after a conditional offer, and I'm super nervous. Good luck, you there. Have you got your IB results, or are you waiting for your results? It's exciting times, but obviously it's scary. Yeah, you have, Adrian, you have a conditional offer, but you've got your IB results now, haven't you? My thoughts on Aston, I mean, obviously, when you're asking what are my thoughts are subjective, and they are my own thoughts. I think Aston is a really solid provider. I really rate it. For lots of my students, I really recommend having a look at it. In terms of economics, it's not top 10, it's not top 20, but it's certainly a secure option within top 40 providers. So, yeah, I think it's a safe bet, a safe pair of hands, if that helps answer the question. I don't know if I actually am on... Can anyone tell me if I'm on Instagram? If I'm on an Instagram live? Who knows? Oh, okay, I haven't pressed the button. Hang on a second. Hang on a mini second. Okay, cool. Right, I think I am on Insta. That's exciting. Hi, Lizzie. I'm multi-streaming across 2 screens, so please apologise for... Probably looks really awful. I am going to learn how to multi-stream properly across one. But anyway, for now, we're doing it this way. Please bear with me. Hang on. That... I think... One second. My apologies. I'm just discussing tech with no one other than myself. Hi, everyone. I just don't understand what camera it is using for the Instagram. Insta people who are bearing with me, this is the first time I'm trying a multi-stream platform, so I apologise if you can only see half my face, but do let me know if it's okay. In fact, I might just ask my husband, hey, can you check if I'm on Insta and if you can see me properly? Richard is very good at technical stuff. I don't really know where. Maybe if I'm going to try that and see if it's actually... Sorry, I will concentrate in a second. You're all good. Okay, cool. Thank you, Pri. So you could see me like normally. I'm not like half cut. I should have put some makeup on for this, shouldn't I? Okay, right. Anyway. So I've got questions. Oh yeah, fine. It is using my camera screen. Okay. Please feel free to kind of share any messages you have in the chat, Insta, and I will reply to them too. So, question from TikToky, Lara. Let me just pin your comment here. I got 34 points with 765 in higher level. Really cool. Durham Insurance wanted 35, 665. The colour. Oh, come on. The course is in clearing. Great. Okay. So they want 665. You got 765. You will be fine. So Lara, at the moment, what is your UCAS revealing? Is it saying that you've got an offer? Is it saying that you're pending? Or have you got an offer but you want this one? But essentially, you meet that course's conditions and you will get a verbal offer. Have you been in communication? Where are you at with the process? Thank you, Pri, for sharing. We can see your hand. My horrible hand. Half of you, but don't worry. Oh, okay. So, okay, that is... I don't understand how to, like, show... I don't understand how... I will get better at this. Someday. Oh, really? I've switched to the other camera. Right. I don't understand. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. So on Insta, basically, yeah. Okay. Anyway, feel free to ask any IB questions, and I will respond any clearing questions as well. Okay. Aden. This is not a clearing question, but it's a big question. I apply to PhD roles, but I have a bachelor's, but 25 plus publications, and I keep getting rejected. Ugh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? And I presume the next bit of that was any help. Aiden, I think connections, networking, invest some time in saying hello to people, going out for coffee, lunches, that kind of thing, really making a space. Is there any volunteering you could do? Is there any work you can do on social media, like connecting people there? Yeah, I think it has to come from networking. And then, I mean, you're incredibly skilled, but maybe it's also making sure that the stuff you're applying to, it's all the kind of, all the keywords in your CV and in your cover letter are covered by the job description. I wish career kind of applying to jobs was something I knew better, but I don't really. There are loads of career advisors on here. I would probably seek their help, to be honest. But good luck, Aiden. And you're not alone. Lil, do you have to pick up your results first and then call university on results day, or can you for clearing? Yeah. So Lil, I would say it's a good idea to get your results first, because essentially without knowing what your results are, you might see on UCAS track whether you've got your firm or insurance, but you won't know what else you can go for. So I would recommend that you check in with UCAS Hub, see the state of your firm and insurance. Then I would go and get your results, have a cup of tea for half an hour, and then start making your verbal offer phone calls. But yeah, I would certainly get your results, because you need to know what you're kind of working with. So just move to the right. Okay. I've moved to the right. It's quite delayed on Insta, so let me know, Laura. I mean, you don't particularly need to see my ugly face, but hopefully let's thank you Insta for being so patient with me. Okay, clearing into a course at the same uni that's better, isn't it? Okay. Right. Jet asks, clearing into a course at the same uni you're waiting for, how do you approach this? I don't think you need to worry about approaching it in any way. Remember, clearing is a mutually advantageous opportunity. They want you as much as you want them. I don't think you need to kind of hide from the fact that you're wanting to switch your course at the same provider. Jet, if you haven't got your results yet, I would potentially have a conversation with them to say that you would like to do something like this. So I was speaking to a mum today. What were we saying? Yeah, we were talking about the switching. She had St Andrews as her insurance, and wanted to switch. You can't officially switch. However, what I did advise the mum to do was have a conversation with St Andrews to say, listen, we are in a bit of we made a bit of mistake. Could you help us? Could you kind of almost protect a space in clearing for the student? Whether they will or not, we don't know, but you can but ask. You still haven't got a UCAS update, so green thingy. Have you got your IB results? If anyone's seeing pending on their UCAS, it is entirely normal for earlier results. So, I'm back to being. Is that better? I don't think that was. I had to be there, didn't I? That's right. Yes, it's entirely normal. Universities have until the 22nd of August to make their decisions, but yeah, in fact, why don't I just do this? Why don't I do this? There we go. Right. Sorry. The shuffling. Hang on. Just cleaning the screen. I haven't had a clean in about a year. Right. Hopefully this is going to work. Okay. Daughter waiting to hear from UEA. They wanted 556 higher level, but she got 555, but 1 mark away from a 6. So, Mum, this is a really great comment. I'm going to pin it. So I wouldn't lose all hope at all. The fact that you're still waiting, essentially they are making their decisions. They're trying to work out how to offer your daughter a place. I would tomorrow give UEA a call and have a conversation with them and ask them when they will let you know. But I would also start thinking about other universities that are in clearing with that requirement of 555. If you're looking at this and you're like, what the hell is a 555? These are IB results, not A-level results. So that's what I would do. I don't think you might get it. You certainly might, but you might have to wait. You might have to wait until the 4th of August because that's Scottish SQA is Scottish Advanced Hires and Hires, or you might have to wait until the 13th of August. So I would call them tomorrow. I would start looking around, seeing what other offers there are, what other clearing kind of opportunities there are, and go from there. Insta. Any comments, guys, that I can help you with? I want to serve everyone here. And I think Heidi is one of my sister's friends I haven't seen in years. Hello, Heidi. Welcome. Hi, Kiara. Okay, is Freshers Week mandatory? Great question. No. You can, and also if you think about the whole week itself, that you can dip in and out of it. You don't need to do all of it, but I would make sure you try and engage with it in some form of way, because it's meant to be an initiation week to help you understand the university, your course, to get to know people. So I would try and think about how to engage with it in a way that makes you comfortable, but appreciate that you don't need to do everything. Okay. How do I get into MIT starting from year 9? I would say with MIT, I mean, that's America. It's really exciting. One of the best universities in the world. Hello, Lance. I would say probably building your skill profile within the STEM world. I think it's about taking up loads of internships and opportunities. So from year 10, you can start doing kind of work experience with Imperial. I would do that kind of stuff. I would sign up for my free emails. That's a really good way of engaging in kind of stuff that's available for you. Speak to your teachers, talk to them, and start practicing the SAT probably from end of year 11 summer holiday. And there we go. Okay, here's a great question that I am going to answer. Again, Jet, you're coming up with some great questions. Could you get an offer based on your partial achieved grades, as in you're still waiting for other qualifications? No. Whatever is part of your offer, so whether it is 3 A-levels and a specific GCSE grade in maths, you will have to get all of those. You will have to meet all of those qualifications, all of those conditions before you get your offer. You won't be like, oh yeah, well you've got a half, so we'll give you a half offer. You have to wait for it all. Okay, I'm just going to pin this comment from Islam Efi67. So I have a provisional clearing offer, but I'm waiting for another clearing offer. What do I do? And by the way, provisional offer or verbal offer, they mean the same thing, right? They're essentially this person has made a phone call and said, listen, these are my grades, would you give me an offer in clearing for your course? Now, Islam, it's up to you if you would like to put that into UCAS Hub as your new firm choice, if you want to decline your place and add that, or if you want to wait around and call some other universities. For IB students, time is on your side. You do not have to make decisions tonight, tomorrow, or even by the end of the week, because remember, your other peers, fine, we're not talking about international qualifications, but your other peers have to wait till the 4th of August and to the 13th of August. So if I were you, I would, number one, reflect upon the strengths and weaknesses of your current provisional offer. Number two, I'd see what else is out there. Number three, I'd call and engage and see if you can get some more verbal offers, and then reflect. Oh, hello, husband. Can we give some love to Mr. Langrish, who lets me do what I do? He's amazing, really. Oh, Lulu, how are you, hun? I know, I feel like I haven't seen your name in a while. But Rich, can you check if I'm on Insta okay? And then we can reflect about it. Thanks, Nadine, for the rose. That's really kind. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, not a clearing question. That's okay, Lily. Ask away. I'm going to pin it. Not a clearing question, but how do I decide which 5 unis to apply to? Great question. Predicted A star, A star, A. So firstly, you've got you've got your choice, as in you could choose anything, because with those grades you're at the highest kind of ceiling. Even if you want to do STEM, there's no other university that asks for 3A stars, so you could apply to Oxbridge, you could apply to anything. So that's great. I would say for you probably want 2 super aspirational, 2 strong, and then 1 safe. So that's your next guiding light. I would make sure you probably are looking within the first 15 universities of your league table for your course. Then I would read up about each and every one of those courses and see which courses you like. I would go to open days. I would speak to students. There's a really cool tool on UCAS called, what's it called? Not SpringPod. When you talk to a student, Unibuddy. Talk to students, current students, and I'd investigate it that way, really, just kind of reading up about every single course, really. But you have your pick, and I think that 2 super aspirational, 2 really strong, solid, and then 1 safe. Lulu, are you going into 3rd year? That's mad if you are. Okay, Adrian is back with a really good question. I'm just going to pin this. Durham wanted a 35, but you got 34, but you exceeded your higher level requirements and the course is in clearing. Will you get an offer? So it is pending for a reason, because you have officially missed it, but not by much. And as you say, your HL are higher. Adrian, have you had a contact from Durham? Have you spoken to them today? Because if not, please speak to them tomorrow and ask them point blank, ask them how long it's going to take them if they don't know. The reality is, Adrian, I think you will be waiting for a while, because essentially they want to see which other students meet their offer on the 4th of August and the 13th of August, I'm afraid. So you need to weigh up whether it's worth waiting. But in the meantime, have a look at other universities in clearing. See what is out there. Just gonna, please excuse me, I just want to see. Oh, hello, you're on all channels. Thanks, Richard. Okay, I'm just trying to work out how to see kind of Insta peeps. Would you be so kind as to just, I don't know, write a comment? I just want to see how I can see comments on Insta. And forgive me while I'm learning this. Or just anything. Oh gosh, I just didn't refresh the screen. Okay, it's there. Hello, wife. Okay. Thanks, Nadine. That's really kind. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Laura from Insta has got a really good comment. I'm just going back in time. My apologies, guys. So Laura says, I think it'd be useful to talk about how to enter clearing if your results were better than expected. There's a whole process about rejecting established offers. It's proper tricky. Yeah, great question, Laura. So actually, did you know that last year, I think it is about 18% of people who went through clearing last year went through clearing because they did better than expected. So essentially, the first thing you need to do is get your results, okay? Then number 2, don't do anything with your firm or insurance. Keep your firm, which you will have achieved. Keep your firm bubbling away, okay? But do not do anything. Then I want you to be on the telephone lines to higher aspirational universities that have courses in clearing. And you say, hi, these are my results. I did better than expected. I would never think I could apply to this university. Would you be so kind as to give me a verbal offer? And if you meet the course requirements, you will get a place. Because clearing is not about that kind of persuasive phone call. It's about meeting the offer required. So that's it, really. And then once you have a cluster of options, then you can sit back, have a cup of tea, because we're British, or I'm British, and then think, okay, so this is my firm on UCAS. These are all the verbal offers I've got from other universities. This is the course that best suits me because, and then you either decline your firm or decline your insurance, and you enter clearing, you enter the one course that you like the sound of the best, or you say, actually, after all those verbal offers, I still think I want to go to my firm, and that is it. Does that make sense? It's a really good question. Traditionally, again, this might be interesting to know, more people are now going through clearing, applying to university for the first time. than people who are not doing as well as they thought they would. So traditionally, clearing is for people who didn't do as well. But now, actually, the majority of people who are using clearing, the biggest number of people who are using clearing because they are going through the university process for the first time. Then it's those that don't meet their offer, and then it's mind changes. Actually, I think about 14% go through clearing because they've just changed their mind, and then it's students who have done better. So let me know if that helps at all. Pardon me. Okay. I'm going to pin this comment from the Tiki Toki. My school doesn't give predicted grades until mid-September due to IAS. How do I know where to look? So yeah, really good question, Millie. I would suggest look at your GCSEs or whatever you did at the end of year 11 or equivalent, and I would use a kind of some form of calculator to work out. I think I've done a video on how to do this. Work out what your minimum expected would be, and I would go from there. I would try and create it yourself. Maybe if you are still at school, have a very quick chat to be like, look, where do you think you'll kind of place me, and go about that way. I hope that helps. It's a really good question. Okay. Kiki, that's wicked. Well done. What course, Kiki? You need to send Kiki a bit of love. She's done good. That's amazing. Well done. Extended diplomas? Do you mean like BTEC, Western BRT? I think they're great. I think we have so many qualifications internationally, thousands and thousands of different types of qualifications. But I think anything that kind of bridges the vocational and academic gap is a good thing because we catch more people. My Insta is, what is my Insta? I think it's the same, Clem Wade Education. I think, is that my Insta? Sorry, chugging water. I'm so thirsty at the moment. I mean, it's really hot, but... Okay. Lily, yeah, okay. That would have given me a heart attack if you went into third year. How can you contact me? So you can DM me. I'm a bit slow on DM, but I do reply to them. You can email me, hello@clementinewade.co.uk, or you can go to my website and do it there. Yay, Kiki's doing English language and literature. That's so cool, Kiki. I'm really impressed. You're going to have a great time. That's really cool. More students do humanities. Elle asks, will universities contact you on results day and send us all the information, timetables, etc.? Great question. So they will contact you. I'll take a step back. Universities will send you all the information you need once you have confirmed your offer. Now, be really clear. You are not yet in a contractual arrangement with a university, even if you've chosen them as your firm or your insurance. The only point at which you're in a contractual relationship with universities is when you officially accept that firm, that insurance, or that clearing choice. From that point, that's when universities will send you all the gump that you need. But I think it's really, really important to remember that you have to actively select your firm and your insurance again. You can't just be like, oh yeah, just rely on the gods. You have to actively make that decision. Rajsi on Insta. 1 second, let me just pin your comment so everyone can see it. What would you say is better at KCL for someone wanting to go into law? Political economy or politics? I mean, better, do you mean more employable in terms of the legal sector? I would say probably politics, because political economy is maybe a little bit niche and a little bit further away from actual law. But to be honest, I think I would choose the one that you most enjoy, because that's quite sad to say, but anything with economics in the title is very, very employable. And essentially you're looking at the same thing, but just through a very specific perspective of economy. So I would say they're much of a muchness, to be honest. I'd love to give you a bit more of a formal answer, but I think go with which one you really want, which one you enjoy. Thank you though, Reggie, for that comment. Any other Insta comments? Any other Insta questions? Laura had a great question. Please feel free to... Laura, I really thank you so much. You're really coaching me through this experience of going live on my computer, which I've never done before. Any other questions around clearing? Who's coming to my webinar? I'm doing so many webinars at the moment, I can't remember which is which. I'm doing a webinar. Cool. I'm doing a webinar with UCAS tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. in Cheltenham. It will be live, and if you register and can't attend, it will be recorded, and if you sign up, you will get access to the recording. So do come. It'd be wicked to get your support. I always get a bit scared when I'm doing UCAS stuff. Maria, tomorrow, yeah, my UCAS webinar is tomorrow the 7th of July at 4:30 p.m. Okay, Elle, I'm gonna answer your question here. Wait, so I have to choose my firm offer again on results day. I've already firmed my top choice. Yes, you will. By choosing, what I mean is confirming. So you have to actively say, yes, I want to make my firm choice my actual choice. You kind of, it's like the final step. You don't need to do anything other than yes, or you decline your place. But yeah, you do need to do something. Okay, question around Warwick. If I get a D-star BB, so doing 1 BTEC and 2 A-levels, but Warwick want BBB for clearing, can I still call? I mean, you certainly can still call. So you get, so hang on, they want a, well, firstly, Shaq, please check that the course that you're looking at accepts BTEC, because it's not about the, so you've essentially, sorry, Clem, use your brain. You've got A-star BB, but they only want BBB. You've just got to make sure that the course is accepting BTECs, number one. And number two, that there's not specific units, but you certainly can call. Shaq, also, can I say to every one of you, there's a real implication with that question that I want to change right here, right now. Shaq asks, can I still call? I want everyone, and it's not a busy live tonight, but that's, I understand it's technically been a bit tricky, but I want all 30 of you to hear something really important. You don't need permission to call. You are a client investing 40 years of your earnings and your money to these universities. You get to make any call you want to. You get to ask the question. You are amazing. You are all amazing. And for a university to have you, they would be lucky to have you. So absolutely cool. Please don't ask, can I? You can always cut. I literally, my mantra in life is, what's the phrase? My mantra in life, what's the phrase? I said it today. Hang on, I need to look it up. It's like, ask for permission. Yeah, no, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to get permission. There we go. I love it. And I was thinking that today when I had to move some students around, and instead of being like, oh, what date could you do? I can't do tomorrow because I'm at UCAS. I literally was like, hey guys, I've moved you to next week. Does that work for you? I'm really sorry, but I'd really appreciate your patience this time. It's easier to ask forgiveness than it is to ask permission. Don't ask permission. I love that thing. Let me just get my funny old multi-stream thing back. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Okay, great. Eho. Oh, I recognise your picture. I think you commented on some of my videos before. Thank you. So, EHO, for medicine in top universities, do you need to do more high science subjects than standard level combined? Which level is ideal that won't impact final totals too much? It's a really good question, and I don't actually know the answer. So let's have a look. Medicine. Let's look at UCL medicine IB results. So someone asking basically, what do you require from an IB program for medical program with IB? So candidates taking the IB must offer 3 subjects, including chemistry and biology at higher level, plus 3 subjects at standard level. if maths and English language are not offered as part of the diploma, they should be offered as GCSE or IGCSE at grade B/6. Our standard conditional offer will be 39 points out of 45. The grades for the 3 higher subjects must be made of at least 90 points and must include biology and chemistry with scores 6 and 7, either order. Scores below 5 in any subject are not acceptable. So there we go. Bio and chem at higher. Yeah, there we go. Question answered. But great question. Great question. Okay, Nora from TikTok. Just got my IB results, well done, and I've met my UCL firm offer, that's amazing. When can I expect UCAS to update? Nora, great. I would say in the next couple of days. I suspect by end of the week you will have your result, but you are going to have to wait a little bit because essentially you are part of the earlier window. And as soon as UCL has enough information, you will get your offer. You've met your conditions, don't worry about it, just sit tight, have a cup of tea, and there's a lot of tea promotion in this live, but yeah, I hope that helps. Theo asks, what other courses can I do if I apply for CompSci and you have computer science, maths, physics, A-level? Okay, well, you probably couldn't apply for maths. You could apply for physics. You could apply to any derivation of IT. So you could look at data science. You could look at cybersecurity. You could look at information systems. You could look at physics, as I say. You could look at something around statistics and maths and something else. Morse at Warwick, potentially you could look at. CompSci, maths and physics A-level. Let me just actually, 1 second. Let's have a look for you. What you need. What courses are you interested in, Theo? Maths, physics and CompSci. Just using... I'm just below my offer, but Dan, what are you saying? I really only thought CompSci, but I was trying to research some others I may be interested in. Yeah, I'll have a look. So have a look at all the other derivations of computer science. Like, is it AI? So you could do a whole thing on AI or cybersecurity or whatever. Yeah, you could look at astrophysics. You have physics, don't you? What about engineering? Looking at like specific type, like electrical, aeronautical, mechanical. That would be one that to have a think about. Physics and philosophy, maths and stats, as I've said. You could look at econ, actually. You could look at economics. Software engineering, games programming, actuarial science. You could become an actuary, accounting. So lots. Okay. Right, I'm going to pin this comment because I want everyone to understand it. S question mark. I understand clearing, but I heard I have to decline both my offers first, then call, but why? You've heard wrong. Or the people that are telling you are completely wrong. Please do not, guys, please make sure everyone knows this. Do not decline anything. Do not decline anything until you've got, hello Jaden. I'm trying to do multi-streaming across my 2 devices, which is pretty rubbish, but there we go. How are you, my love? So sorry, back to this. Please, everyone, you do not need to decline anything to get verbal offers, because just think about shopping. Again, my window shopping analogy, right? You're window shopping, you're looking at things. There is no imperative. No store in the world says you can only come in and browse if you pay for that thing right there or right then. Even when you are in a shop, you're in a clothes shop, and you pull out a number of dresses or jumpers, you do not need to pay for those dresses or jumpers to try them on. It's exactly the same as clearing. You've got, maybe you've this analogy could carry on, but let's say you've bought a dress It's in the bag, but you know you want to return it. And you're looking at all the other dresses around. So you've got your dress in the bag with a receipt, and you've got all the other dresses that you're going to try on. You're going to try on those dresses first before you return that dress and have no other dress. And then, do you know what I mean? Does that analogy make sense? Good, Jaden. I'm okay. Up and down. Sometimes stressed, sometimes, I don't know, feeling organised, sometimes not. It's tricky. Good. Gajos Grin, hygienist. I am very happy to hear it. If you're my hygienist, love your work. Does that make sense? I might extend. Is that analogy helpful? Can you tell me? The webinar will explain everything. It will be short. I'm trying to make the webinar super short because everybody's time is far too... Oh, hello. Yeah, it is. Hi. Yes, there is not very much time tomorrow, so I'm going to try and deliver all this information in under 10 minutes. But tell me, guys, is this analogy of clearing useful? You're window shopping, and then you're trying on some outfits before you go to buy. You do not need to buy something before you try it on. You try them on. You try it on. Good, Jaden. Good. I'm glad. Good. Because honestly, clearing is an amazing opportunity. I think it's so exciting, but students really get through the fear of, I've got to decline something in order to go through. No, you don't. Don't need to do anything. Vinny, I got the required marks for uni. Great. When will my uni confirm space, or do I contact them? So, Vinny, I would contact them tomorrow, and I would ask... Good, Lance. I'm glad. Yeah, so I would contact the university tomorrow and I would ask exactly the question you're asking of me. Officially, universities have until the 22nd of August, but I would say if you meet your offer, if you meet the requirements, you will get an offer. Universities will update as and when they can. But be patient, but give them a call. If you do not make the offer and you're slightly below, again, have a call, have a conversation, but make some verbal offer phone calls in the meantime. And Zara, great question. I'm just going to pin this as well because it's brilliant. Good. I'm really glad. Everyone go to my hygienist. She's amazing. So Zara asked, if I miss my offer but my firm course is currently in clearing, could I still get in? Potentially. Every year, we all notice that universities are keeping students more and more, even if they don't meet their offer. AKA, in the environment that we are, universities will want to keep you as much as humanly as possible. And if you miss your offer slightly, you still have a good chance that you might get the place. But Zara, if you're an IB student, you have got how many weeks? Let's count up how many weeks we have before the main results day, or with on the 13th, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got over 5 weeks. And I don't want you, Zara, to spend those 5 weeks, and you might be spending those 5 weeks waiting and pending, but I don't want you to spend those 5 weeks doing nothing. You have to use those 5 weeks thinking about what other universities you would consider applying for. Yes, Leah, great question. I'm going to pin this comment as well. Hello everyone on Insta. Please feel free to ask any questions around clearing or IB. I am here at your disposal for the next couple of minutes. Then I've got to wash my hair and make it look kind of nice for tomorrow. So Leah asked, do you have a script of what's likely to be said on a clearing phone call on results day? Yes, I've done a video on it. I've done multiple videos on it. And actually, I've just written an article for UCAS with a script of clearing. But essentially, it goes like this. So the apple is a student asking for a clearing phone call. Hang on a minute. Let's do this. Let's do this high tech, guys. What am I like? Student. Meet Gwyneth Paltrow's child, Apple. Okay, can you read that? It's probably back to front. No one can read it. So this is Apple asking for a clearing place. Okay. This, my water bottle, is a UK university, and we are going to do a quick clearing phone call. Can everyone see that? Just because it's blue. The University of Oxford is blue. Well, Oxford don't do clearing, so let's not do that. Tell me a university that you think is a blue university. Thanks, Jaden. That's really kind of you to say. Yep, Shah, Mere Maths, you can certainly try, and if you don't try, you definitely won't get in, so try. Exeter. Okay, cool, thanks. Hello, Alfie. Miss you. Okay, right, so, thank you. So, this is Exeter. Okay, this water bottle represents Exeter. Who is this water bottle, everyone? This is the University of Exeter clearing phone line. This apple is a student calling clearing, okay? Ring, 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 ring. Hello, welcome to Exeter clearing phone line. How may I help you? By the way, the getting on the phone to actually talk to them probably will take about up to 30 minutes. Okay. Hello, welcome to the University of Exeter clearing hotline. How may I help you? And can I take your UCAS ID? Hello, my name is Apple. My UCAS ID is blah, 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 blah. Great, thank you so much. How can I help you today? I'd like to apply for clearing, please. I'm intentionally trying to be a bit of a kind of, rubbish, verbally communicative student. I want to apply for clearing, please. Great. What course were you thinking about applying for? Well, I kind of like the look of geography. Do you have any geography courses in clearing? Oh, yes, we have geography and environmental sustainability. We have geography and international relations. And we have geography with a placement. Which of those makes the most sense to you? Which of those are you most interested in? Geography with industrial placement. Okay, great. Could you let me know what your results were, please? Yes, I got 6, 5, 4 in higher level. IB. I'm talking about IB. Okay, great. So, and what were your hires? Blah blah blah. Okay, great. On that, I'm really delighted to say that I can give you an offer in clearing for the course of Geography and Environmental Sustainability. Would you like to go through with this offer? Yes, please. Can I have a verbal offer, please? No problem. If you'd like to continue with this offer, please just update your UCAS track when you can after 1 p.m. on results day. Any other questions? Yes, please. Is accommodation guaranteed? Great question. As soon as you make us a clearing choice, we will contact you, the accommodation team will contact you, and we'll be in touch. Okay, great. Anything else? No. Okay, so phone down. Then Apple, student here, will wait and maybe make another phone call. So then be like, okay, let's change this. So who's this going to be now? Give me another university. Give me another university. I hope we're enjoying my little demonstration. Give me another university. Warwick. Okay, cool, with Warwick. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, welcome to Warwick clearing phone call. How may I help you today? Hi, I want to see if I can get a verbal offer, please, in clearing. No problem. What is your UCAS ID, please? It is but. Great. And your first and surname, please. But. Apple. Paltrow. Oh, you're famous. Okay. Anyway, okay, great. What course were you thinking about going through clearing with us today with? I like the look of international relations with geographic methods. Okay, super. I'm just having it now. I'm actually sorry to say that course is no longer available in clearing. Would you like to be interested in any other courses? Would you be interested in any other courses? What courses do you have available in clearing around that kind of course? I would always recommend, by the way, a student kind of ask those kind of questions, because you don't know what courses are going to be in clearing at that moment in time. So give an academic discipline and see how they relate. Do you have anything else kind of like that, but not? Ooh, let me have a look. So we do have quantitative methods and political science. Does that sound something that you like the sound of? Can you tell me a bit more about that, please? Yes, of course. It's a really interesting course where you learn the research methods of the quantitative social science world, whilst also understanding how to take notes in a mountain. Apple is a student, okay? We're doing a clearing phone call. Yeah, my camera is flipped. It's ridiculous. You know, it's old school. Oh, okay. That sounds great. Could I get a verbal offer, please? No problem. Could you tell me what your grades are, please? Yes, I got B, A star in maths and politics and psychology. Oh, that's great. Fantastic. Could I just get your maths GCSE again? Yeah, it was a 6. Oh, fantastic. I'm actually really excited to say that yes, we could, in this instance, give you a verbal offer for quantitative methods with geographic mountains. Would you like that? Yes, please. That sounds great. Thank you. No problem. We've given you, the University of Warwick, a verbal offer. If you'd like to continue with this offer, please update your UCAS track accordingly. Okay, cool. Tell me about the accommodation, please. Oh, great question. We have an accommodation guarantee if you make your choice in clearing by the next few days. Okay? Okay, great. So, it's a very, I actually really love clearing, and I think I love it because it's a little bit of a Wild West in the sense that there's a lot of negotiation to play with. You know, it's no longer a form and then it's a UCAS and then it's weight. It's very immediate, it's very communicative, it's very people driven. But also basically it's like, finally, you've got your results, let's look at what's available for you. What I would say, all these clearing calls will basically be different shades of that conversation. It's very perfunctory. It's not creative. Nowhere do you ever need to be like, oh yes, I would really like to do this course because I absolutely adore geographic quantitative methods and maps. I love them. It's very procedural. This is my UCAS ID. These are my results. This is the course I would like to apply for. Could you give me a verbal offer? And that really is it. I would say, you know, when I was doing a bit of a funny thing and I was like, oh, what other courses do you have in that kind of world? And I was like, I would always encourage you to do something like that. I would be careful. You don't want to call and be like, what courses do you have in clearing? Just give me anything. I don't care. Just give me anything. Because every university does need to make sure that that student is clear about the course they are going into. They don't just want to take you because you're just desperate in that moment. They all have a responsibility of care, and they all have a vested interest in you graduating from that course. So you ringing up in a complete panic and being like, I don't know what I want to do, just give me anything, won't necessarily work in your favour. But it is okay to be like, hey, I really wanted to do psychology. Could you give me a steer of what other kind of courses are available in psychology at your establishment? So you give them parameters. Now someone asked, so okay, cool, how do you put that into your UCAS track? It's really easy. So you have, I would say, aim for probably about 3 verbal offer phone calls. It will take about 30 minutes to get onto the phone, maybe longer. But once you have your verbal offers, then you take a stop. You breathe. You get a cup of tea. You get some food. You really think about, I've spoken to Exeter, and I've spoken to Warwick, and I've spoken to UEA. I've spoken to all of these providers. I need to make sense of which one feels the right one for me, and think about it really, really deeply and thoughtfully. You don't even need to put this through on the same day. You can take some time to really think about it, go home that evening, sleep on it, blah, blah, blah. But once you've decided, let's say you want to take up the Warwick clearing offer, you will need to, number 1, decline your firm or decline your insurance and self-release yourself into clearing. Then you will add a clearing choice, and it will be very guided. Add a clearing choice, you do so, and then you look up this course title, which is aptly named Quantitative Methods and Geographic Mountains. It doesn't exist, but for the process of this analogy. And then you wait. Now, the classic question after I say that is, oh yeah, but how is that guaranteed that you will get an offer if it's just verbal, and won't they just change their mind? Never in my 20 years of doing this has that ever happened. You must, however, call the university. About 6% of students last year tried to go through clearing without speaking to universities beforehand. You must go through. Yes, physiotherapy courses will come available, Jess. I think so, yeah. Mina, you missed your med offer by 1 point. What can you do? call them up and have a conversation. It might be you can go on the wait list. It might be, we're still considering you, but we have to wait until the 4th of August or the 13th of October. But unfortunately, I think it's really, for that university, it's just waiting. It's waiting. And in the meantime, it's having a think about other courses you would consider doing if the answer is going to be no, because it might be. How does the enrolment work after results day? Do I have to fill out a form for identification or go to campus? Enrolment, no, you don't necessarily have to go to campus to enrol, but you will have quite a lot of paperwork to fill out. Yeah. Theo, about accommodation, great question. So essentially, most universities will have a percentage of accommodation options available for those who go through clearing, but it's not guaranteed, as in because you're applying slightly later. So I would ask that in the clearing phone call. Don't kind of forget about that, because that's an important part of going to university, and if you can't get accommodation, maybe that's going to be an inhibitive factor. But generally, they should have a pool of spaces. Yes, and great question, Shona. If you do change your course in clearing, as in if you change your mind from your firm or your insurance, then yes, you have to update any of your student finance arrangements. Coventry is it's not not top 10, it's not top 20. It's kind of, I would say, high middle university. Yeah, Dara, agreed. Well done, IB students. You've worked hard. If you get a verbal offer now and don't add them quickly, is it a disadvantage? That's a really good question. I think you need to be very clear on the verbal offer phone call. If you are thinking about waiting, you need to ask them how long you have. Generally, universities give you about 48 days to reply to their offer. And if you don't, then they consider that verbal offer can go to someone else. And actually, I think I would think about it, thinking about that was a lot of thinking, wasn't it? Think about, you don't want to wait too long, because essentially you're denying someone else that opportunity. So, yeah. But I would ask, if you know you're going to need to wait for X, Y, and Z for certain reasons, let them know. Right. I am going to get cracking. I'm going to answer this question. With nursing, I require an interview, but I'm worried the space will go before my interview. It won't go that quickly. Nursing, well, any course that has an interview element, they will have to interview all of their potential customers, and yeah, just don't. Try not to worry. Basically, if they give you an interview, but let's say your interview is Monday after results day, they are still kind of hot on you. They're still going to kind of what's the word? Like, respect your interview. They're not like, oh, sorry, the interview's not worth it now. We've given all our offers away. I didn't go to St Thomas More School, no, but I did teach there. Yeah, Izzy, this is a question we're getting a lot. How long will universities have to reply? It's how long is a piece of string. Essentially, they will reply when they have all the information that they have to make that offer. It will be as soon as possible. If you meet the requirements, then you're good. Just kind of be a bit patient. If you don't, bring them up and ask to speak to someone tomorrow. I'll do a TikTok about this exact question, because it's come up loads. No problem, Leah. The verbal offer isn't binding, Theo. It is only binding. The verbal offer is only binding if you then put it into your UCAS track as your decided choice. No, you're not cooked. You didn't go to any open days. You're not cooked. No. Are you applying to university this year, or are you going into clearing? You just got to make sure you know what you're applying for, and do it in any way you can. I would say, Jasper, not most students. A lot of students stay local, yeah, but not most. Yeah. Universities that generally in clearing will give a grade lower in some subject, definitely. Oh, Amy, good choice. Philosophy and politics, war at PPE. I guess it's how much are you going to miss economics? that's your answer. Both amazing institutions. LSE is obviously like London, is top, amazing, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't have econ. So how much would you miss econ? Yeah, they're great, aren't they? I'm always really impressed with the University of Law. I think they're amazing. Right, my friends. So we had a lovely community of Insta people. I'm sorry that I am not even looking at you, but when I work out multi-streaming, I will. And thank you, my TikTokers, for all your wicked questions. And come and join my live with UCAS tomorrow at 4:30. I'm now going to wash my hair and get myself sorted for it. But good luck, everyone. Yeah, join tomorrow because you won't just have me responding to questions. It will be like an actual presentation that I planned. Note that I've already answered that. It's not verbally. It's not binding until you put it into your UCAS. Note either you can't switch your firm or insurance, I'm afraid. Aisha, yeah, why not? If it's going to be part of your story, then why not have a go? Did it 4 times. Or maybe if you didn't do, yeah. Oh, there we go. Evie did the LNAT 4 times. What, the LNAT? You should only be able to take it in once in every cycle. So I wouldn't try and do it as many times as that. I can look. Yeah, even if you get into your firm, Kai, absolutely right. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go. Loads of love, everyone. Thank you for joining. I think I was on YouTube as well. Who knows? But one of these days I will know. Thank you to Apple. And thank you to the University of Exeter/Warwick. Right, I'm going to go. Loads of love, everyone. And yeah, easy does it. Bye, guys. Loads of love, Jaden. Loads of love, everyone. No, absolutely possible. Bye. Bye, Insta. Thank you. The number one question I get asked about clearing all the time is, do I not need to decline something in order to get a verbal offer? And I really categorically want to say, no, you do not need to decline anything to get any verbal offer. Think of this analogy. So, I'm saying like clearing is like window shopping. You're going to peruse what is available for you, and then you're going to make a choice as to. So, how I say clearing is like window shopping and then purchasing. So before you get your results, consider everything you're doing as window shopping. You're looking, you're shortlisting, you're having conversations, you're thinking, right? Like with shopping, when you go into a shop and you look for something, let's say it's a dress or a top, let's say you pick up a couple of dresses to try them on, at no point do you need to pay for the dress to try it on. You just try it on, you try on your shortlist, and then you go and make a decision, and then you pay. It's exactly the same with clearing. You window shop, you then go into the shop, you try on some clothes. When you've got your money, you try on some clothes, you get your verbal offers, and then you make the decision based on which of those verbal offers you want to take through to the checkout. That is clearing. Do not decline anything until you absolutely have to, which is only at the point of either declining your firm or insurance or going through and making one UCAS clearing choice. Do not decline your offer. You do not need to buy anything to try it on. You do not need to decline anything to try on. Okay? The number one question I get asked about clearing all the time is, do I not need to decline something in order to get a verbal offer? And
layer of apricot compote on the bottom.
Deodorant is in